Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in this beautiful planet of ours. This is Marc, the Intuitive Prospector, coming to you live with another edition of Metaphysical Mocha Mondays with Marc here in Seattle, Washington on the wonderful Om Times Institute page. Gonna just give it a second for the live feed to start streaming out. Hope you're having a great morning. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of this spiritual community, part of the spiritual prospectors coming together every Monday morning to make a difference in our world. So just give it a quick second here. Going to turn the comment section off here, and I'm going to do a quick meditation with you this morning. Going to talk about today's positive affirmation, and also give you a spirit totem animal for the week, and also a prospecting stone for the week. So the priorities for participating with me every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern here on the Om Times Institute. Got to have your cup of coffee. So today I've got my Yoda mug. You can't see it all the way. Let me turn it here. So I got my Yoda mug, drinking some coffee. So grab your coffee, grab your tea. Let's have a spiritual conversation and get into the week ahead. It's Monday, so we have a whole new journey ahead of us. I don't know how many of you saw the supermoon last night, but it was fantastic. And the morning sunrise this morning was just all lit up in red. So pay attention to the supermoon. We have a supermoon. It's the biggest, brightest moon of 2017. Started yesterday and is going to go through today, and even have some remnants up tomorrow. So pay attention to that, because the supermoon does play a part, does have an impact on you. Some people say, "Oh, I don't believe in that." Even in the days when I was doing as a first responder, running emergency calls, we would see the call loads go up. We'd see births go up as far as people that were pregnant, women that were pregnant having their babies on full moon cycles. So if you think about it from a science standpoint, because I have a very scientific mind myself, very analytical mind, your body's about 57% water. If you make up, you can only go 3 days without water, right? And so there's about 3 days of having to replenish that water. So you're about 57 to 65% water, give or take. And if the moon is big enough to move the oceans, which create tides from a scientific standpoint, you got to think at some point that the moon moves the water inside of us. It either pulls, wanes, pushes, but it definitely has an impact from a scientific, metaphysical standpoint. So if you're not a believer in the full moon, I'd start paying attention to the how you feel during a full moon, how the people act around you. There's a lot of crazy people that get out there during the full moon cycles, and I would see that even from just a first responder emergency call load over 13 years as I worked as a first responder. But today I want to talk to you. Today's message is, as I was meditating this morning, just thinking about what I was going to talk about on today's Metaphysical Mocha Mondays, it was just having a gratitude for what we do have. And so today's topic is someone is praying for the things we take for granted. So if you think about that for a second, that's very, very powerful in the fact that somebody is praying to have a roof over their head. Someone is praying to have clean drinking water. Someone is praying to have covers at night to keep them warm. So I just as I was meditating this morning, I thought it would be good to talk about praying. Someone is praying for the things that we take for granted. So let me know where you're from. Let me know if you're just joining in. This morning I'm going to do a little bit of improv because there's really no scripting or planning to my Metaphysical Mocha Mondays. I meditate, think about the message I don't want to give you for the week ahead, and then I get here live on Facebook and do a live feed. So if you like what we're doing here on the Om Times Institute page, please share out to like-minded individuals that want to be part of the spiritual community, someone you think might need some inspiring, some uplifting guidance and messages, because that's what I do. And like I said, I'm here every Monday morning, most Monday mornings, unless I'm traveling or if there's a holiday. I know Christmas is on a Monday this year in a few weeks, so happy holidays to all of the wonderful spiritual prospectors out there all around the world. And I know that Christmas falls on a Monday, so I probably won't be doing a Metaphysical Mocha Mondays just for the fact that it's going to be time spent with family and friends. But for the next few Mondays, I'll be here chatting at you. So let me know where you're from. Go ahead and put a comments in the section below. You can also subscribe or share out to a community and share out with like-minded individuals that want to be part of the spiritual community. Again, every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, here on the Om Times Institute page. I'm going to be doing the Q&A after show right after this show, and it's going to be over on my Intuitive Prospector page. And if you want to have a direct conversation with me, that's the place to do it. That'll start right up at 8:30, and I'll get that link posted in here as soon as I can. But let's get into the magic of the moment. Take a deep breath with me. And just think about what you're grateful for this morning. Think about what you're grateful for the days ahead, what you do have, because again, there is someone out there that is praying for things that we take for granted. Again, food, water, shelter, the essentials of the human experience, having a warm cup of coffee, your health, eyes to see, ears to hear, a mouth to taste, these wonderful coffees and teas. So just continue to breathe. Get into the present moment. I always talk about how the magic is in the moment. From a spiritual standpoint, working with the spirit world, working with your intuition, working with your awareness. It's all about being in the present moment, because once the mind takes you to the past, you're out of the present moment. Once the mind takes you to the future, you're out of the present moment. And the mind is very powerful, trust me. So having mindfulness of being in the present moment takes dedication and discipline and understanding of what your journey is in the present moment, because that's all you're ever guaranteed in life. So continue to breathe and just think about all the things that you're grateful for. I do a grateful 8 in the morning, things that I'm thankful for. But just have also the perspective out there as we move into the holiday season. Think about the people out there that, I'm here in Seattle, Washington, and we have a huge homeless population. A lot of veterans, people that have served our country that don't have a place to stay or are suffering from mental illness. And so, when I look around, I'm always grateful for my health. I'm grateful for the ability to walk and to talk and to see. So just take a second to think about what you're grateful for, and it's different for everybody. But know that somewhere out there in the world, someone is praying to have exactly what we have, or we take for granted. So that's today's message. It's about being in service. It's about being humble. It's about being conscious of the world around you and thinking of others. I know in this fast-paced world of ours that we we're on the go and thinking about the almighty dollar and our career and our families and getting through the day. But I would just remind you to remember to take the time to disconnect so that you may have the time to reconnect. That's very, very important. So I've gone ahead and pasted in the Intuitive Prospector page. That is my business page, where I will have a direct conversation with you, Q&A for the week. I used to do it here on the show, but it got to where there was so many people watching and asking questions that the stream just would get so busy that I ended up wouldn't be able to get to the topic of today, which is about, thinking about other people because someone is praying for the things we take for granted. So that's actually going to be your positive mantra for the week. I was thinking of what a good positive affirmation to have, and that's really actually it. So it's the topic for today, but it's also the positive affirmation and reminder for today that someone is praying for the things that we take for granted. So if you think about where you even live in the world, I'm here in the United States, somebody that might be in a third world country, everything that I have, my house, my cars, we would be treated as kings. We'd be looked at as kings based on where their perspective is on the world. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe they choose to live simple. I always, say that simplistic living is actually a little bit more healthier for your mindset and for your journey, because the things that you end up trying to own end up owning you. And at the end of the day, as a spiritual standpoint, as a medium, knowing that there is another world outside of this world, you can't take any of that stuff with you anyway, and it's really not important in the spirit world. So it's just kind of funny how we work to collect things. And I'm part of this human experience. I'm not above that. I too have my my wants and desires and things that I collect, like Star Wars and things that I want to do and trips I want to take. But I do try to collect memories, not things. And as I've gotten older, I've tried to get rid of a lot of things that just don't serve the path. So again, please share out. We're trying to grow this page through a grassroots type of growth. I don't do any marketing. I don't pay for advertisement. And so, when you get 60, 70, 80 people out here coming together in a spiritual community, vibing with your tribe, your soul tribe, if you will, that's how we can make a change in the world. That's how we can come together and be a mindset and a conscious energy and a vibration that we can send out into the world together. Because the world is a crazy place right now. I won't lie. It's between religion and politics and society and people and people with anxiety and what's the day gonna bring. But there's a lot of good out there, and that's what this community is about bringing together people to inspire, to teach, to educate, and to come together as a collective mindset and set that vibration out into the world and help people. So today, smile at a stranger. Say hello to somebody that you maybe see on the bus, or if you're commuting in. Help somebody out. Pay it forward. It's always important to pay it forward. And you can buy. One of the things you can do is buy a cup of coffee at a Starbucks and pay for the person behind you. That's something that I do just to help somebody out. If you see a homeless person, take them in and get them a hot cup of coffee. I don't usually give a homeless person money, but I will buy them a sandwich. I will buy them a cup of coffee, and just try to help them out, because I do have gratitude for what I do have and the ability to make money and the money to actually pay for the things that are all around. So this morning, going to talk about a few things. I'm going to give you the number of the week, which is, so today is funny because today is December 4th, and the card that I picked for today is the Perseverance card, which is also a number 4. So you can see that it's the number 4. It's green. It's about healing, and it's about perseverance. So this week, especially as we move into Mercury retrograde, which started on the 2nd and goes through the 22nd. If you don't know about Mercury retrograde or how that works with the cycles, like the full moon cycle that we're going through, check that out. Google it. Go to Farmer's Almanac. That's a really good resource to check out all about Mercury retrograde. But what it does is it kind of puts things in reverse spin, if you will. And that can be with technology. It can be with communications. And so this morning, the Perseverance card, which again is the number 4 that I pulled. The card indicates that it's a time to keep moving forward as you strive to achieve your hopes and your dreams. So especially with the holidays, I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to get out of 2017, get into 2018, the year of the 2 in numerology, and start rebuilding, because this year was about tearing old things down, and we're seeing it from all across the spectrum of things being torn down, people being fired, even in my own job where I work, because I don't do this work full time. I'm a part time. Even where I work part time, there was some things that happened where people were let go based on things that they did. So the Perseverance card is telling you that success is well within your reach. So this week, as you're focusing, well, I guess it depends on what you're focusing on, because if you're focusing on the negative, then of course the negative energy is going to be attracted to you. The negative vibration is going to be attracted. But if you're persevering and you're focusing on the positive things, the gratitude, the attitude for gratitude, things that you do have, and things that you can make a difference today, being in the present moment, then that's going to help with perseverance. And that's every week of our lives. That's every day of our lives. But I just thought it was kind of cool because I pulled the 4 energy. I pulled the 4 card. Today is December 4th, so it's right in line with what's going on. So the crystal that I picked was selenite. So selenite comes in a lot of different forms and a lot of different colors. Most of you that work with the crystals, work with stones, know it to be like of solid white, and I'll post a picture after the video. I come back and I'll answer your questions. So if you do have a question for me here, go ahead and post it. I'll do my best to get back after the Q&A after show over on the Intuitive Prospector page, where I talk directly to you through Facebook Live. And then I'll come back and answer your questions and post some pictures here. So the Perseverance card number 4 is your number for the week. Selenite is your prospecting stone for the week. And it comes in a couple different colors. It comes in pure white, orange, blue, brown, green. It tends to have the appearance, it's translucent with kind of like coarse ribbings going through it, like spirals, like fine ribbing, fishtail or petal-like patterns within it. So it can come in different forms. In the raw form, it can be polished into like a round egg form. It's easy obtained, so it's not a rarity stone, and it's sourced in the United States, Mexico, Russia, Australia, Greece, Poland, Germany, France, England. So anybody that's watching today, and we do have an international audience, you can get this selenite. What's cool about the selenite, though, and that's what I was talking about, or what I was meditating on, like what stone would be good for this week. It's a very fine vibration to how it works. So if you hold selenite, or if you've ever had selenite, use it for your meditations. Put it by your bedstand, because it brings clarity of mind, and it opens the crown chakra, which is up here. This is your crown up here, and this is what connects us to the higher source, the divine. But it's a clarity of mind, and it's also you see a lot of angel workers work with selenite, because it's like an angel wand, if you will, to access the angelic consciousness of higher guidance. So pure selenite is also a link to the light body, and it's also helping to anchor in the earth vibration. So very calming stone. I thought it would be beneficial to give you that for the prospecting stone of the week, just for the fact that today's topic is about someone is praying for the things that we take for granted. And we just did a really quick, just getting into the magic of the moment meditation, just to think about what you're grateful for, and just know that everything that you're grateful for, someone in somewhere else in the world, someone is praying for what you have. And so that's the topic that I wanted to share with you this morning. Again, if you have any questions, post them. I'll do my best to answer them, but we will be heading over here in just a few minutes to the Intuitive Prospector page for the Q&A after show, where I'll go back over all of these. The totem animal spirit for the week, I think, I always say that nature is our greatest teacher and our greatest healer. So when you look to nature, if you do a reading with me, either here in the studio or on the phone or over video, I usually will give you a totem animal spirit to take with you out of the reading, so as you move into the weeks ahead, you can pay attention to how the spirit world interacts with us on a daily basis, how the world of nature interacts with us, if we're open and aware to it. So today's totem animal spirit, I'm not a big fan of, I'll be honest with you, because I suffer a little bit from arachnophobia, fear that I've had to work with over the years. Two things I don't like are spiders and clowns. Clowns are just creepy to me. But spiders, I've always had a fear from a young child of spiders. And, it's a real fear that I've had to overcome. And I always say that, fear is false evidence appearing real. So overcome your fears, because it's, if you let your fears keep you in that cell, you're missing a lot in life. So I've had to work hard to overcome my fear of spiders, but I'm doing it. And the spider is your animal totem for the week. When the spider shows up, think of it from, because spiders, I think they just get a bad rap because they're ugly and they don't hurt you. Like, I can hold a snake or be around a rat. Those don't bother me, which is funny because those would actually hurt you. But most spiders won't hurt you, most house spiders. There are some that will bite, like a brown recluse or a black widow, or, a tarantula that would sting or bite. But most spiders won't hurt you. In fact, the most deadliest spider on the face of the earth is the female daddy longleg, based on venom count. But we used to play with daddy longlegs when we were little, and the female daddy longleg doesn't have teeth big enough to penetrate the skin of humans. But we play with that spider, and it's one of the most deadliest venom count on the face of the earth. So, but when the spider shows up, this is your opportunity to access a deeper wisdom, and it's also to assimilate the changes that become a part of your life in the week ahead. So if you're seeing a spider around, I know here we're moving into winter. Winter's right around the corner here with the winter solstice coming up. But the spiders tend to move indoors, and they always say if you ever lived in a glass house, you wouldn't want to see what lives in the walls if everything was glass, because there's, for every one spider, it kills about 10,000 bugs in its lifespan. So spiders actually are very positive and very good for our environment. And of course, they set up their web of vibration, and everything that they work off of is based on vibration. So I thought that the vibration that we're trying to create today, again, today's topic is someone is praying for the things that we take for granted, is set up that web, set up that network, people that can help you create that positive vibration, and that gratitude that you have for the things that you do have today can also set that vibration within your own web of what you have. And so I thought it would be good to talk about the spider as a totem animal spirit. Just also be aware of any potential traps this week, or any ruses that you're tempted to get involved with. It could be any kind of holiday scams. The holidays are around, so especially the elderly are targeted by scammers. Buy this and do all these different scams during the holidays. So pay attention to that. Trust your intuition, trust your gut, and also just pay attention to people in any kind of traps or ruses that they're wanting to get you to buy into, especially during the holidays. So the spider is the totem animal for the week, and I hope that you will pay attention to that. Let me just had somebody post a question here real quick, and so I just had to move that. But if you have your question, you can ask me the same question over on the Intuitive Prospector page that we're going to go to here in just a few minutes. In about 8 minutes, we're going to switch over. But just kind of recap today's message for Metaphysical Mocha Mondays. Again, we're here every Monday morning, or I'm here. Well, I say we're here because I do have a spiritual entourage with me. I do have the spirit world with me that is with you as well. And we're here to give you guidance and to help you with the week ahead, inspiration, different ways of looking, a different perception of life, I guess. Nothing too outlandish, nothing crazy. I'm a down-to-earth guy, very analytical, clear-thinking type of guy. So, but I like to, for my own journey and my own tragedies to triumphs and what I've gone through, is to share my experiences with you as a spiritual prospector in search of your own spiritual gold. And that's why I do these shows as my way of giving back and also connecting to all of you wonderful people out there around the world. Isn't Facebook Live amazing? This technology. And it's only going to get better. It's just going to connect us even more in different ways. So just to recap, the week ahead is going to be a challenging week because we have a full moon, supermoon that started last night. So if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling a little lack of patience, if you're feeling frustrated, this is the best time to meditate. Get into a place, do a guided meditation, come join my spiritual development group, get into a community where you can calm your mind, because the external sources are going to be very high right now with the supermoon, the largest full moon of 2017 as we move into 2018. The holiday period is here. The Mercury retrograde started on the 2nd. Going to go to the 22nd. We're also going to be in the winter solstice coming up in a few weeks. So there's a lot of energy right now in our environment, and a lot of unseen influences going on within the human energy field. I call it the HEF, the human energy field. So the week ahead, number 4, if you're seeing the 4, that's just a reminder for perseverance. From a numerology standpoint, I work with numerology as well. Persevere, move through, because the things that you're working on, success is within your reach. If you're needing a prospecting stone or a crystal to work with, then work with selenite, which is a very fine vibration. It's a very calming vibration. Selenite's pretty cheap, actually. Keep it away from water because it can break down. I do know that. I learned that the hard way. I've got a desert rose selenite. I don't know if I can grab it here. So this is a desert rose selenite, which I use if I'm feeling anxiety, or if I'm feeling lack of patience, or I need guidance. And you can just hold on to the stone. You can set it next to you. In fact, I'll use it today for the rest of the day, just to kind of get into some finer calming vibrations, and also opening up the crown chakra. So selenite, perseverance, and the spider are going to be your guidance tools for the week, for your spiritual toolbox, if you will. So if you see the spider either out in the environment, on TV, in a magazine, it's just also just reminding you to start accessing your deepest parts of wisdom, your higher self, your higher guidance, and also watch any traps or ruses, and also set that web, that vibration that you want to have for changing your life, because it really does start with you. It all starts with the mindset. It's first born in your mind, and then you bring it into your reality. So again, today's topic, we're talking all about someone is praying for the things that we take for granted. So if you're having a bad day, don't forget to breathe. Meditation is very, very life-changing for those of you that have never meditated. I would give it a whirl. I use Insight Timer, which is free on the Android or iPhone. It's a free app called Insight Timer. Thousands of meditations on there. Every subject that you can think of, from sleeping to creativity to guidance. I hope someday to be on there. I'm writing my first meditation. And check it out if you're on there. Friend request me. I'd love to motivate you and inspire you to meditate on a daily basis, because meditation, visualization, and manifestation can really change your life. And I'm speaking from the heart. That's my own path as well. So get into meditation this week, specifically this week, even if it's just breathing exercises. Get out, take a nice walk, get some exercise in, good sleep, good hydration, all very important for the spiritual path. I'll be back next Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to switch over to the Intuitive Prospector page for the Q&A after show, where I have a direct conversation with you. If you want to join my radio show called Inspired Living Radio, the Facebook page, we have a Facebook page, a Twitter page, a Google Plus page, and a Instagram page under the handle Inspired for Us or Inspired Living with Marc and Kim. Check us out on social media. We're live every Wisdom Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. We're in our encore shows for season for our favorite shows throughout the 2017 year, and we'll be playing all of those throughout the week and every Wednesday in the month of December. And then we have new shows coming January of 2018. We've already booked out our month of January, so we have some really cool guests that are going to be on the show, and we're always very humbled and grateful for the people that search us out to be on our show and share their wisdom and knowledge with all the inspired listeners all around the world. So you can check us out. Main page of Facebook is Inspired Living Radio. Ask to become an inspired listener, and I would love to have you join us. It's a free internet-based radio show, no application needed, no username, password, and you can listen to it from anywhere in the world. So if you want to check out the work that I'm doing, you can find me on the Learn It Live platform, where I am teaching classes online, metaphysical, meditation, spiritual, psychic, medium. You can also have my spiritual development group online that is closed right now. You'd have to ask to be a visitor, but would love to have you visit the group and see if you vibe with your tribe. And if you want to work with me for a reading or get out on a hike, mentoring, just visit markleanhart.com. It's my one-stop shop where you can pretty much get all the information you need of what I'm doing throughout the year, my newsletters, soul adventures, any upcoming events. Get on my YouTube library so you don't ever miss another video that I do between this and the radio show. But just have a great week, everyone. Lots of breathing this week, lots of patience. It's going to be a busy week, I guarantee you. And just, use that positive affirmation that someone is praying for the things that we take for granted, because you do have a lot to be grateful for, a lot to be thankful for. So when you're having a bad day, just go back to that mindset of what you are grateful for, even if it's just your health and the ability to navigate the world and the human experience that you're having. So, all right, guys, have a great week. Happy Monday to you. One more cup of coffee, one more drink. Have a beautiful rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Be kind, be caring, be compassionate. Namaste.